what they say. Oh no, we're on our way. Escape to reality. Escape to reality. Escape to reality. Escape to reality. Woo!
Hello, everybody. It's Escape to Reality with Justine
and Geneva. What up?
Hey.
We made it. Bravo,
God.
baby.
Oh my God.
We're
Denise
here, everyone.
Richards, baby. I can't stop thinking about her.
She really is so much more down to earth and chill than I was anticipating.
So different than I thought
right?
she'd be. I don't even know who she
also,
is.
is she from like the Midwest? She almost has like a...
She has a hillbilly flair.
Right? She almost has like a Midwest accent. She's great though.
Yeah, I
think
love
she's
her.
a good addition.
I love her. And her husband is smoking hot. He's the number one housewife.
Did you notice how they said that they fucked in the treatment room?
I love that. She left that out the first time, but then she told the ladies. Yeah, we'll get into that.
What hippie shit. We're
well,
here, people.
If anybody has never listened to us, we cover Bravo TV. We also cover Love After Lockup.
Yep.
Lorena Bobbitt and 90 Day Fiance.
And anything in between. I got my hair done last night and...
yeah, what'd you do?
I mean, just nothing like trim, standard shit. But I was talking to her and she was asking how the podcast was going. And I was like, good. You know, as we started after 90 Day Fiance, we started talking about, she's like, don't tell me Love After Lockup. I was like, yes. And she was like just as obsessed. People really like, if they've watched it once, like the woman next to us, like as we were talking about it, she was like, I need to watch this show. How am I not?
Wow. I think it's surpassing 90 Day Fiance in popularity.
Well, you know why? Because like I think we were talking about this last night, was that like I think it's still it's way less fake than 90 Day Fiance. Because I think 90 Day Fiance
so
has
far,
some
right.
setup.
Well, we already know that, right?
Right. So
stupid bullshit.
I know, because it's still early, right? Like this is like 90 Day Fiance, probably season 2, just like how Love After Lockup is early. So it's still good.
Pisses me off that we had to know that whole thing with Ashley and Jay. Is her name Ashley?
Yes.
Ashley and Jay, when they were talking about the Tinder, was such a setup. We should have known.
I know. We should have. You're right.
That was all fake, right?
It's disappointing.
Oh.
But Love After Lockup is the gift. But anyways, we're here today talking Bravo. We're going to do...
It is great.
Atlanta. An actual good episode of Vanderpump. Beverly Hills and the Jersey reunion.
Yeah, Vanderpump was good.
It was, finally.
I want to know why the girls weren't involved that much.
Yes, and yeah, it was back to like the messy shit that made.
We have to talk about the preview.
Good.
Did you see that preview for the next half of the season?
I didn't.
It looks great. And Tom Sandoval goes after Katie, and he goes, "Oh, if somebody just calls me fat, I'm gonna get him fired." So it's really coming back to eat Katie back alive. Yeah, she's getting
eat Katie.
Eat Katie back.
Was that a
to
a
get
double entendre?
Katie
Yeah.
good? You know.
Yeah.
I liked Katie. I liked her in the very couple first seasons, but not anymore.
Yeah. But first, before we dive in, we got a lot of celebrity gossip. What a week! What a week!
Holy shit!
I mean, I think we have to start with the Khloe, Tristan.
Yes.
So tell the people.
Okay, so Kylie Jenner's best friend, who I always knew was up to no good.
Did you?
I did. I knew something was going on. She was just too much like always. She was something was bound to happen. Just like a boyfriend, you can't be that close and you don't do something wrong. And even Malika isn't tied to the hip like with Khloe. It seemed as Jordan is.
That's true.
They were in a relationship like lovers without the sex, and it was bound to happen in my eyes. Plus, there was something devilish in her eyes.
Well, she cheated with Tristan Thompson.
And they said that she has been doing it for a month, which I don't know what to believe there. But did they sleep together? They said she was there till 7 a.m. She definitely... What do you think? They definitely did, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess
God,
like...
I hope she gets pregnant. I wish she got pregnant. I mean, not for Kylie's sake, but that would be hilarious.
That would be the ultimate.
And for their family tree, that would make sense. It's so convoluted.
It's so convoluted. I think like it... I always thought it was a disgusting, terrible idea for Khloe to stay with him after he cheated on her while she was pregnant, after cheating on his girlfriend who was pregnant with Khloe. Like, how do you not see this trend?
So gross. Right.
It's like, it doesn't surprise me.
That girl's laughing all the way to the bank.
But like on Jordan's side, it's like you literally had it made. You lived in Kylie Jenner's house. You got to go on vacation with her. You were like fully invested in her life. She did a freaking collab with you on her $1 billion makeup line. Like, it just, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
and
dumb.
her lip kit, if I can get on there and it's not sold out, was slashed from $27 to $13.50. And I'm going to send you one and myself one because we need this. I actually would love all the makeup. I would love to have it all sent to my house. Even though I don't wear much makeup, I love a lip liner that matches lip gloss or lipstick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, she really shit the bed on that. So it doesn't make sense to me why she would do that. Like, it really doesn't.
She's just a girl, and he's probably cute as hell in person. And
I think
girls
he spit
always
mad game.
think, girls
I
always
think he was like, we're not together. Like, I think he was like, he played her, I bet.
That's everyone. That's a lot of girls' weaknesses. They can't,
that
they
dick.
think it's just gonna, and his is humongous. I can just tell. You can't, it's like riding the horse the next day. It's like leaving a spin class. You feel it.
I mean, there's just something though, like,
he is so handsome, and that's
I don't root for people to fail, but there's something like sweet every time a Kardashian gets a little bit fucked that I
not
like.
Khloe.
I don't know.
I feel for Khloe in a way, but she is dumb.
I don't. I just
that's good. I'm glad.
I really don't because
there.
it's like the fact that she like and played it off like she was like some like strong woman to stay together for her family, and it's like, no, you're just an insecure person who like doesn't have the discipline to leave somebody who's treating you like shit. So it's like, I don't know.
Nothing's sicker than when she was giving birth and she's holding hands with him. How could you have him in the room?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like there's something so self-defeating about her behavior and like
she's always been like that. Even with Lamar, she knew Lamar was cheating and that baby voice, and she's in the bathtub with all the candy and a jawbreaker went up her vagina. It's disgusting.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, and I bet you Lamar was friends with Johnny Bobbitt, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah,
at
John
the
Wayne.
Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, I bet he was.
And so what's his face? Okay, so I know Kim's not following her. Kylie kicked her out, not following her on Instagram. Oh, and do you know that they met because she is like the goddaughter, or she's in deep with Will Smith and Jada.
Oh.
She was her dad, John Woods, was the sound engineer on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
And so that's how I thought she knew her from like kindergarten.
Oh.
This girl's only known her through what's his face? Jaden Smith.
Oh, interesting. Well,
they met Smith in middle school while Woods was it's maybe middle school. Yeah, she's dumb.
I mean, they're only 21, so it's
I bet you Kris Jenner treated her just like a daughter.
But also the timing is so suspicious because the next Kardashians comes out in like 3 weeks. So it's like also a little shady.
There's a lot of theories, like they're telling her to take one for the team and they'll take care of her, which I just can't imagine. And that they wanted Khloe to have to get rid of Tristan, but they could use anyone. I don't think that's the case.
Any hoe on the street.
And then people are saying that maybe it happened a long time ago, but they're using it now to.
I wouldn't put anything past them, but it's.
I think it's just kind of like they're lucky, and it's a coincidence that works in their favor.
In other news, did you see R. Kelly got charged today with like 15 counts of sexual abuse?
I saw that. How does that happen now?
Well, because they found another video of him having sex with a 14-year-old.
They did. I don't follow anything about R. Kelly because I just X him out of my life.
Well, ever since that documentary, I've been really waiting. I knew they were going to get him, and they freaking did. So
hold on. So they found the video where?
So Michael Avenatti, who was Stormy Daniels'
Bald
attorney,
guy.
yes, is somehow involved in this. Like, he's repping these chicks.
And he got in trouble for something, but maybe it came out that he was clean because he really.
Yeah, I think it was like
he was like really saying he didn't do anything. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess his client somehow he got a video of him having sex with a 14-year-old and like saying she was 14 on camera.
Oh my God. How long ago was this?
It was a long time ago. I think like early 2000s or something, but it doesn't matter.
How does it, right? How does it just get, I just wonder, how does it get surfaced now, right?
Well, because I think like that documentary really got people starting to like get back into yep. And they
what a
found
scumbag.
It. And in other sexual news, you also saw that Robert
goes to jail.
Kraft. You saw the Patriots owner got
Yes,
busted.
that's hilarious. Now, how can he not pay to have women just come to his house, give him a massage in a rub and tug situation?
Why is he rolling into like a sketchy bathhouse situation?
God, he probably gets off on that, and he wears like his championship hat.
Right.
That is so crazy. Gross. What a loser!
What a loser!
Is he married?
And evidently, I think his wife died.
Well, then he needs some loving.
But I think they said there's a graphic video of him.
Oh, I want to see that video.
No, see, I knew you would say that.
And his tiny little penis.
I don't want to see
Holy crap. What a nice thing, though, to be a man and have a penis and to get a nice massage, then get a hand job. That must be the most relaxing thing. You could probably sleep for 72 hours after that.
You're
right?
Sick. Oh,
jeez,
God.
What it's like to be a man.
Right. What else?
But I think that is
else?
Hilarious. He's such like a loser. I saw him. I don't know if you saw that video of him dancing with Cardi B.
Oh God, it made me so uncomfortable. It's like I hated it.
Oh my God,
hated it. You got anything else?
Oh yes. All right, we'll save the best for last. My prayers have been answered on the last one, but
I mean, come on, you gotta say
it. Teresa Giudice. We'll talk about her real fast.
Yes.
Do you think that? I think she'd probably. Do you think she's planning all this? Why would she let the? So she was photographed holding hands with a young real estate agent from New Jersey too.
26.
His name is Blake Schreck. What a horrible name. And do you think she would be so stupid to? It takes away all her credibility.
Oh, see, I didn't feel that way. I feel like she's saying we're not like. I think she's making the public statement that like she's moving on.
Okay, I thought she would wait until at least he got out.
Going to.
He's out like in a couple weeks.
I know. Maybe she's already doing divorce proceedings. Like maybe she's setting it up. Like, listen, you can get out, but like I'm moving on. That's the vibe I got.
Wow.
It's like because I don't think she would be that stupid to know. Because you can see these freaking paparazzi. She's in Miami. She's not like on some secluded island. You know.
She's so pissed too.
She is pissed. You can sense it. Like the reunion,
there's
you
a
can
lot
sense
of
the
stuff
energy.
behind. Oh, she was so great at the reunion, even though she really pissed off a lot of people. But we'll get into that. So we'll see. And then she was at she was up at the garlic factory. I don't know what the hell she was doing there, but she looks happy as hell to be with Blake.
She does. Good for her.
Good for him. Porking
I like it.
Teresa in her prime. My God, she gives me faith to get older.
Right.
All right, the last one is my girl Wendy Williams.
Listen to
She's
the thrill in your voice.
Coming back March 4th. We'll never know what the hell happened to her, but she's out of rehab. I bet you that's what it is.
I bet it is too. You saw the memes that were like Jordan Woods packing up her shit and leaving the house, and it was like pictures of Wendy ragged, like with her hair all fucked up.
I didn't see that. Oh my God, you gotta send me that.
It was good. I was like,
all the memes.
Her leaving the like CVS.
oh my God, you gotta send me that.
It was good.
She does
good.
Look like an old Jordan Woods.
I know. Do you think she's gonna say anything?
No, she never does. She never does. And she's going to be, I think she's still with the stupid husband because every single person that's guest hosted on her thing has said, oh, we talked to Kevin and he's such a mastermind behind it all. And Charlemagne has said he wants nothing. He's the reason that her and Charlemagne aren't probably together. How fun would it be if she could be with him? Have him on once in a while, right?
That would be good. Yeah.
God, I wish I could listen to them back. I never got to listen to them live. Yeah. She's got some darkness.
She'll be back.
Well, I'm glad. Right. Thank God.
Okay, so let's dive in.
It's not Graves' disease.
Right. A little bravo. First, we do tweet at Escape2Pod. We live tweet through the shows when we watch them. So, again, it could come at any time. So check us out on Twitter. And check us out on Instagram at Escape to Reality Podcast.
Jordan was supposedly at Sir. Like,
Yeah.
I guess she really was at Sir last night.
Oh, I
don't
saw
think she
that
was
tweet,
giving
but
her
I thought it was a
resume.
joke.
I guess it's real because, listen to this. Ronnie from Jersey Shore's baby mama went live at Sir, and Jordan was in the background.
Oh, God, that's a duo.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. Our worlds are colliding.
God, get that bitch on her. She needs to be on a reality show.
She fights people.
Yeah. She could be a boxer.
Yeah. She definitely could. Okay. Atlanta. It was an okay episode. I just have a few comments. I mean, seeing Portia get engaged was just so cute.
Gorgeous. That was the sweetest thing in the whole world.
That freaking ring, my God.
Holy shit.
Insane. He has real money. And they seem like, honestly, in love.
Yes. Sometimes it can happen quick. And I get a very genuine energy from him.
I do too. I do. He does seem like a good dude. Like when Shamari and Portia earlier in the episode, when they go on that like double date, and again, Shamari, whatever, like the way he was talking to Ronnie, it was like very like he seemed real genuine, you know. He was like
and excited, Yep. And then when they were go-karting and what's his face was going slow, I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Also,
he's very lovable.
He is. I like him. Like, and even like freaking Candy was like, you know, when I met him, he was so nice. Like, I think everybody sees that. Like, I think he is like, yeah, he might have been a skeevy dude, but like, I think he genuinely loves Portia.
I think all guys are, but then if you treat your wife right or the girl that you're with, then he can turn it all around.
You know, speaking of
they're all Robert Crafts,
right?
They can find their Kraft and milk.
Well, speaking of Charlemagne. When they were talking about on the Breakfast Club about the Khloe Tristan whatever thing, and he was like, you know, it's just real. This is real unfortunate because, like, you know, as you know, I'm really on black men are faithful and don't cheat because, like, I've been faithful for 2 years. He's been married for like 17 years, and he admits that he was only been faithful to his wife for the last 2 years.
Charlemagne?
Yes. Wow. He's like said this, and he's like, you know, I'm a reformed whatever. I'm like, Jesus, like
his wife is like
what a creep. What a creep.
God. That's crazy.
Right? Oh, speaking of...
I guess people can deal with that. You can deal with it.
Husband and wife.
God, I can't.
No, me neither. Shamari and whatever his name is. When they were like... the picking the boogers shit.
No.
Fucking disgusting.
No. I would divorce somebody.
If somebody did that in front of me, I would say something. Leave. I'd be like, I'm sorry, this is disgusting.
We're not friends anymore. I'll call Andy and I'll get you the fuck off the show. You're disgusting. Right? Surprised you didn't eat it. That's disgusting.
It was so disgusting.
They are so gross.
They are really gross.
There's something that's too much.
It's
like
I am not a person
they're pissing
who
and shitting in front of
each
other.
Exactly.
Everything.
Exactly. There's a line for me that you have to maintain to have like some kind of dignity and respect in a relationship, and like they have crossed it.
Picking the nose, like you can't just give him a
picking the nose. And when he was like, remember the time she had like she was showing pants or something? He's like, I can smell your butt. Or something.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God!
Stop.
And then the ice cube thing, which was just gross, and
it's all disgusting.
They seem like siblings.
Yes, exactly.
And I didn't even want my brother's feet to touch me my whole life. That's just gross.
It's so.
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen on any reality show.
No.
I'd rather watch someone give birth.
Was that grosser, or when Angela fed Michael, or Michael fed Angela?
No, the booger thing is gross.
Oh, really? Okay.
To me, that's fucking gross.
It is gross.
I even want to push my kids out of the car when they're picking their boogers. It's disgusting.
How about Eva with this disaster of a wedding?
Oh my God! Get in that elevator. They'll trap you in there. It won't work with all my purses, my dresses.
Her friend's like pushing all this shit in. She's like, "You go in there. I'll meet you up there." I'm like, "What is she? She's not your servant." 3 dresses. I know. 3 dresses,
and
though?
she's crying that she doesn't have one.
I know.
Like, just there's people with real problems. It's hard to watch her. She's so pretty. That's one thing. I liked watching them pick out their DJ list, and she's like, I only want Nicki Minaj.
I know.
Oh, she's like that little girl.
It seems, a lot of it seems last minute, and like you can tell she is actually stressed about the budget. So it's like, why are you doing this? I don't understand.
Who are you inviting? You don't need to invite
Right.
all those people.
I
Nobody
agree.
gives a shit. You can't even see all those people.
No.
Why let your life go to shit over a stupid wedding that's one day and it's over?
Yeah,
Unless
I
you
didn't
have
get
the
it.
money and your life won't be significantly, like they're gonna be paying that off forever.
I know. So stupid.
How can you even enjoy it?
Right. Oh, it doesn't look like she is enjoying it. That's what's
3
unfortunate.
wedding dresses. You probably forget to change into the third one. I'd be so drunk by then.
Right. 100%.
So she has 2 kids. Yeah, the girl
Yeah.
and then the boy with
The little
mayor
one.
of
Yeah.
Atlanta.
former
God,
mayoral
imagine
candidate.
if he would have won.
Different story. I bet they'd be
And
getting free
They
vendors
seem
left
so
and right.
poor for
For housewife
even for being a
standards.
candidate. Like you think they'd live in. It seems like I could afford where they live.
It looks
Or
like a
maybe
nice
not
townhome.
with
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I guess since it has an elevator and everything.
Right, that changes it.
She reminds me of like a young Kim Zolciak with her
Totally,
stylist
that
used to
house.
come over and
Yes.
everything.
Totally.
Oh, and I'll give you my little quick recap on them.
Yeah. Anything else on this episode? It was all right. I'm interested to see.
Portia.
Sorry.
Though. That was I was crying. It really
It was
touched me.
cute. I am interested to see though this fight that like they keep showing with Nene like losing it on somebody. What's
She-
happening there?
Seems like she grabs the cameraman,
And
rips
pulls
his
him out?
shirt, rips
So
his
good.
shirt, and
So
then
good.
I'm surprised she didn't get kicked. If she wasn't Nene, she'd be kicked off.
I think so.
And I don't. I
But
think
then Portia's like saying she needs to leave because she's pregnant and afraid.
yeah,
like,
because
what's
it got
happening there?
so. Because I think Nene is just like a wild animal that just
Wild.
got nuts.
I can't wait to see
She
it.
ripped the guy's shirt.
And also,
going-
I think
trying
that's
to go
her
for
worst,
Marlo.
her worst hair I've ever seen. Like that wig.
I think
that
it makes
she's
the
in.
whole scene even better, right?
I know. I think so too. Looks like
And
a mess.
I do like her. It's just, yeah, it makes her look heavier too.
It's just a
It
bad.
doesn't
was-
help.
It looked
Yeah.
cheap. It just looked bad. so
Marlo's
it
saying-
makes the scene even better.
Marlo is pissing her off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, she rips
be
that
good.
cameraman's shirt. I can't wait to see that.
I know.
But I would be.
can't
I did you notice? So she's bringing Greg to the doctor, and she's saying usually like if your relationship is in a shitty situation, and then someone gets like a life altering diagnosis, you think you'd be like that would wipe everything else away. And but with Nene, she's still really pissed about something, right?
I know. It is like I heard like Cynthia or someone said something about it. Like essentially like, you know, it's I get it, but like Nene has to be a little bit more like understanding, and like it is, I don't know, she's hit her breaking point or something.
She
It's
is.
bizarre.
I like the flowers on the counter that said "love you," something like "love you, miss you, want you, need you,
Yes.
thank
I thought that
you."
was cute.
I thought that was sweet. So when he came
Yeah.
back home,
Yeah.
God,
We'll see.
it's crazy.
Can't wait for next week.
Oh, just one more thing. I love
Yeah.
Dr. Jackie.
Oh,
She
yeah.
gives me a feel. If she was my doctor, I would have no fears in my mind. I just find her so soothing and smart and confident. Right?
She bothers me for some reason.
Does she? Oh, I would
don't
love
know
her as
why.
a doctor. She seems like she just. I like her.
Yeah. I don't dislike her. but
I
I'm
would have
not
liked her more if had she not brought back Creeper Central,
Yeah.
but
the
because she
dude.
could have found a nice looking man. She's a hot piece of ass.
Yeah, she is.
And Candy and Todd shouldn't have any more kids.
Agreed. I think it's a bad idea. They're barely with the
Let
kid
it
they
go.
have now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, same. I agree. Any other thoughts on ATL?
I thought it was interesting at the very beginning with Portia saying like, "Well, we need four strollers."
Oh, four strollers. I know. I was like, come on.
Poor thing.
Ridiculous.
I'm glad it took a huge turn real quick. Like she was having
Yeah.
that talk with him, and then he really.
that was good.
I wonder.
You don't wanna,
Yeah.
and you saw the stroller they're looking at. It's like $1,500 or something. So
Jeez.
it's like you don't need 4 of those.
And those boutique things. I was in ghetto Babies R Us. That's where I got all my stuff. Loser. But
That's good. All right.
yeah.
Vanderpump. Good episode. Okay, so we could do the guys' night, or I mean, I think it was all pretty good. I like that Jax doesn't understand how James keeps getting rehired. Like, he hasn't been fired like 5 times for being like a drunken asshole.
Yeah, and James has it in with the family. Duh.
Right.
I love how James gets red. He cares so much.
He's crying and shit.
He's so sad to me. I really have a soft spot for poor James.
I know. In Solvang, I loved Kristen losing it about James getting a job, and she's like, I might have to commit murder at dinner.
Oh my God, what is it with her?
I don't know.
We don't share a birthday, thank God. So
that's good.
I found that out.
Well, you notice like
now.
I think they'd been like day drinking all day. When they went to that dinner, they all just looked like really like drunk rough. Like, you know, like essentially like if we'd been in OB all day drinking and end up somewhere for dinner.
Tape?
Like,
oh my God.
They looked so rough.
Lala, at least she's not drinking, but there's something more behind that, why she's sober.
I was thinking the same thing. It seems terrible. Like, why are you going
to
why are you taking people to Solvang? Take them to a spa. You know
and then
I mean?
she's the next episode she says that her and what's his face broke up. There's something going. Maybe she had a drinking problem because of the dad dying and everything. She's taking a break
and like spiraled or something. The guys' night, loved it.
What's
Peter,
with Kristen though? Is she in love with James still? Because it really seems that way.
I think they nailed it on the head later in the episode when they were like, it's not about James, it's about like all the anger she has about Carter and like another failed relationship. I think it's like that, and like James is like
something to do with James too, though.
I think it's like the person she's taking it out on, though, and I think she's bitter that like he didn't, like, he's now with like a younger or whatever, you know?
Yeah, because I think she's always kind of, I don't know. Then she said James got to me in ways other guys didn't, and then she's punching James like she doesn't punch Carter when the cameras aren't there. Give me a break.
Right. I loved her eating shit. Also, like when she was like completely blacked out, like I've been there so many times with friends where you're like literally having to like guide them around and they're like fighting you and running away and like,
oh God, I'm Kristen, so I feel bad for everybody.
Like,
it makes
me
sad.
Like group babysitting, like it takes like 7 people to get her to sit down. But like when she fell over, they were acting like it was like the biggest tragedy ever. It was like, listen, she didn't even like that. Even wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anybody. You could have
like,
done that sober.
Right. Like Katie was like, "Why'd you do this, Kristen? Why?" It's like, 'cause she's wasted and fell over a bench. Like they really overplayed it. I felt like.
God, Katie can really hold her booze really well.
She really can, which is always a little scary when someone, it's like, they drink a lot when they're like fully functioning.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was just her heritage or something. I'm like, she must have something.
She's Irish.
Genes. Like whatever I have that makes you a psychopath.
Can't wait for another night like that.
Real fast.
Yeah.
My friend at work told me that somebody's aunt handed in one of those 23andMe's or whatever, and it brought back the DNA from a murder of a 13-year-old girl, and he has 4 daughters.
What do you mean?
The guy who raped and murdered the 13-year-old girl way back when went on to marry some lady and have 4 daughters, and now their dad is getting arrested and going to jail as a rapist.
This is what I've heard, is that like these 23andMe DNA things, they are using them. It's like increasing the amount of DNA that police have access to like triple-fold, because all these people are voluntarily doing this shit, and then it's linking to other people. I've heard of this.
Can you imagine?
Crazy.
Holy shit. Okay.
Is it like her uncle or something?
It was like his dad. It was like her. No. It was the guy's aunt or sister, somebody with similar DNA, and it must have flagged the system. I don't know how that would work, but
crazy.
It must have been like, oh, it's this type of DNA, but not a female, and then they figure, who knows? But how do you go on with life and then 4 daughters after you raped and killed a girl?
I mean, look at freaking what am I thinking? Like Dirty John had 2 children. Ted Bundy had a kid, so it doesn't. Yeah,
no, it's just weird how destiny happens that he has 4 daughters and no sons. Right after he killed and raped a woman, it's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys' night at the Mondrian. I thought it was pretty comedy. Jax was definitely on something when they were sitting at that table, like just kind of getting the night started. He kept like touching his foot really weird and like shaking. Like he definitely was on something. I don't know what, either like a crazy
that
edible
would make
or like
sense.
Something, because he was acting weird.
Coke, probably, right? His eyes were like
seem
wide open.
It seemed like maybe like Coke and an edible, because like he was like just the way he was like oddly like touching himself. That sounds
maybe
wrong,
a little bit
like,
of maybe a couple, not
or like shrooms or something. I don't know.
20.
Something. And so they're there at the bar.
Something. He was nuts.
Definitely.
He's so ugly and gross and sweaty to me.
I know. I used to find him attractive, and now I'm like, God, he's like, he really is gross. He always does look sweaty.
He looks stinky. Yeah.
Bo had the quote of the episode to me when like the girls come over to the table, and Bo's like, Jax is like a reformed junkie in a crack house. And I was like, like, so perfect, because that's exactly how he was acting. Like he's like, I don't think this is good. I don't think, like pulling Bo aside, like I don't think this is like, I don't know about this. I don't know. It's like, well then leave. I don't like he
understand. Was gonna go take one of the girls and just ram her without her consent. It seemed like that. It seemed creepy.
It was very weird, and it was like they didn't even pay him any mind. They weren't even trying to talk to him. And I have to say, like, this group of girls actually seemed like a good time. Like, they didn't seem like super like whorish, even though I guess the one chick went and slept with Peter in the
at least room, or blew him. But
they were different than like the Jersey Shore girls who were like twerking in the room for like,
and they weren't screaming. They didn't seem too annoying, but they had to know who they are. They had to know they're on Vanderpump.
Well,
right?
obviously, I mean they're getting filmed, so
but everybody knows who these people are at this point, right? Because they don't blur in their face. They're willing to be on it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell how many girls were there. Was it
I think
3?
It was like 3.
There was the long haired girl, then the girl with Peter, and then the dark haired girl.
But they did seem like chill chicks, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, they didn't seem bad.
And they seemed like they just wanted to have a good time. The one girl, and then but when they went to go to the bar, and Sandoval with the wingman creepy shit, he's so weird. And then then they come back. Jax is like, oh, I didn't think they could pull it off. Like, Jax is still always going to want to show that he's the main head lion in the pack, you know?
Yep. Yeah. I loved
like
when
that gets him crazy if other guys get attention. He's really definitely nuts.
When they went back to the room, I loved Tom Schwartz was like, listen, my one rule is like don't black out, while he's like sticking his tongue out, obviously blacked out. I was like, you failed, buddy.
And then the second later, he's drinking. I've never seen someone drink directly from bottles of liquor and like take legitimate like a heavy
drinks,
swig. Yeah,
right?
Makes me feel so sad inside for him.
I know, and I just like.
It's
I
not
also
fun to watch him get so blacked out anymore.
I still think it's hilarious.
I mean, it's fun, but it's like there's down the road something's happening there.
What did he say? He was like, these are the exact situations we need to avoid. I was like, yes, and you are 100% failing.
But he gets so drunk. How does he cheat? He's like,
I know,
his penis can't get hard, and he's
like
just making out.
Fool.
He could be making out with a dog he wouldn't know.
Well, that's why I think these chicks were safe, because like I don't think they were going to be the ones. Like a drunk Vegas girl is a different story.
Yeah,
like, you know. But yeah, Jack's driving me nuts.
Vegas is dangerous.
Like how he like kept being like, get the girls together. We need to call them. Like he's like a saint. It just needs to be done. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That seems like, creepier, right?
It did seem like, listen, there's girls here and we're uncomfortable. It's like, you could go home. You live 3 blocks from there. I don't.
And Bo is just so normal and calm and acts the way that anyone should act.
Right.
Like he knows he's not going to do anything. He's not doing anything wrong.
I'm sorry. You're not Brad Pitt. People aren't just going to try to come ride you. Like you're not like,
people
you know what
don't
I mean?
want a disease.
Right. So it's like you're safe, bro. As long as you don't do anything, you're fine. Like,
he wants to so bad. He's so gross.
It's like, ugh.
He would have sex with like the gas station. I bet you reception person. I bet you he has sex with a lot more people behind everyone's back.
It's just
Brittany can feel it. I mean, the energy between the two of them. At the beginning, they were fooling me at the beginning of the season. Now it's getting to a point where I just can't. If they go through with getting married, she's an idiot.
Oh, they're going to get married for sure, and she's an idiot. Those are both facts. Yeah, I thought it was good though. I liked seeing them all flounder around like idiots.
I liked Schwartz when he did his walk. He is cute, but he just doesn't have a backbone, so I don't find him that attractive.
No, I find him like endearing in like a dopey way, like not in like a he's a cute guy way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. God, and it'd be so annoying if you were married to him and he gets on the phone. He's like, "Hey, Baba, yeah." It's just like, when are you ever gonna grow up?
Oh, it's good.
Sandoval, I like him, but he was a little like, he can handle his booze well too. But how would you feel if you were Adriana or whatever the hell her name, Ariana, and he's like, I guess he just likes to be the maitre d' and like he's making drinks. He's not trying to have sex, but even though I guess him and Ariana aren't having a lot of sex, what's the story there?
I don't see him as a sexual in a straight way, so it doesn't bother me. Like I really don't.
So that's why he's just maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. Like that's just my opinion, but I do not get the vibe he's straight.
Like he's talking with the guy. He's talking with the brown hair girl on the balcony.
Yeah.
And if that was Jax, that would be real sketchy. But nobody cares that it's Sandoval.
I know.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. There's just not
right?
a like.
And he's making a drink. Like, I'm a psychotic. If I watched that and he made her, the one girl, Moscow Mule, I would be like, oh, yeah, Tyler, she really needed that Moscow Mule. I'm sure she really fucking needed it, you know? So, like, Ariana didn't flinch once. So maybe there is they just bought a house, too.
I saw
2 point something mil.
See? It's all fake. Drives me nuts.
And Sandoval isn't tempted at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was very in the
I'm
mix.
wrong, but I got a gay vibe.
Yeah, I do too. And then they're buying houses together. Maybe they're just like in cahoots with each other.
Yeah,
right?
they're going to be each other's beards. I don't know. We'll see. Watch, they have like 5 kids. I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they will end up getting married, having kids, or if Ariana will stick to her guns.
Yeah, we'll see. You got any other thoughts on this episode?
I loved Lala telling, what's her face, Stassi, like, Bo brings out the best in you. You're usually an asshole.
Yeah, I thought that was good too.
Yes, that was good.
That. Yeah, that was good.
I like Lala sober. She was like, oh, I'm scared. She seems like a nice person. She's like worried that Kristen's gonna fall down the stairs, and
I mean, at a certain point, you just gotta give it up when people are like that. I had to once chase Munch through a Vegas casino. But she ran away from me, blacked out. And, you know, sometimes you just got to give it up and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you know,
you do, right?
They'll learn their lesson.
I know. You wonder how you stay alive at that point.
Right? It's amazing what the blacked out brain can do to function to, like, get people to safety. And, like, I mean, also, obviously, there's been terrible things that happen to people. But it's also amazing that, like, sometimes you can fully function.
I know. It scares me. The people that I've talked to, the bad situations I've put myself in. And I'm scared for my children. Now, Carter is a scumbag. I hate his face. I hate his jaw. I want to break it. I wanted to push him off the balcony. He's a scumbag.
Well, I mean, misery deserves company, so those two belong together.
Yeah, Kristen is really obnoxious. And then Stassi says that Carter doesn't pay for anything. That's not shocking, right?
I thought that was funny. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. It's good. It was a good episode, though.
She was worried that she spilled the beans.
Right. Well, they're all wasted.
Did we talk about this? They don't talk about Sheena and her stint in Vegas.
Oh, like on the show, you mean? Because
Ariana was on some podcast and said, like, oh, you know, they say, like, I'm not talking to Sheena a lot, but the reason is that she was in Vegas, and, like, maybe these girls are kind of jealous of her because that was a successful show she was a part of and everything. I feel like that should be a part of this stupid show.
I mean,
they should be talking about that.
I think that show, they just rotate, like, D-list celebs off of it, though. You know?
Right, but nobody else has a show in Vegas.
No, but I mean, it wasn't like she was the star. She was just on it.
Yeah, but it was still something, I feel like.
I guess. I'm not a Sheena fan.
I don't mind Sheena. She needs to just be a bitch, though. Don't be a little puppy dog to these girls.
Pathetically insecure to me. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know. I just want to smack her. I like her when... I forget about the seasons before when she's saying like yelling at Katie. It's like, yeah, that's a girl I like.
Yeah,
Be
I
mean to
remember
Katie.
that.
She's
It's like,
obnoxious.
so pathetic.
Holy shit. All right.
All right.
I've rambled enough about them.
BH, Beverly Hills. It's kind of a filler episode. Like,
Yeah.
I think kind of just setting things up. Again, another packing montage that I don't need.
Boring.
Dorit's, I just have to say, Dorit's hair this season. What the hell is happening?
I
I don't get it.
We're not living
Like,
in like there's no humidity.
well, you know how like Erica has her team that's like, all right, this look deserves her and her and her. It's like somebody came in and was like, Dorit, this season we're doing like a puff to the side and you're doing a lot of buns. And that's like, it's like, what is this? I don't understand.
And visors.
And visors, right.
She's so annoying. Her hairstylist is named Justine too.
Oh, okay.
Bitch.
I have to comment on Erica when they met for a drink. They all ordered drinks like wine, and she was like, I'll take beer, whatever's in a bottle. And they're like, oh my God, a beer? It was like, you're a tool bag if you order a beer by whatever's in the bottle. Then you obviously like know nothing about beer, but like just the way they all were like, oh my God, Erica. It was like, what the hell?
That's a huge variety. You could get a real like
and I think she ended up with like a fucking Bud Light.
Guinness. What, they gave you a freaking Guinness? I mean,
right. It's like,
it
come
was
on.
hot out. I like this. She orders a beer because in a hot day, a beer is nice.
But order an appropriate beer. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously a dick if you go beer, whatever's in a bottle. It's like,
no
what?
one would say that. That's a
No
gamble.
That's a real crapshoot. You could get a great beer or you could get a Miller Lite. It's like,
you're
come
only
on.
drinking beer out of a bottle when you have to, like on a boat or
yes,
you're at a concert
or if it's like literally like a Corona and you're on the beach in Mexico. Like, come on,
yeah,
what are you talking
you're
about?
at Six Flags with your children and you have to have a beer. I mean, that was hilarious. I'm glad you noticed that too.
Oh, so stupid.
Erica with her nightgowns, I can't handle either anymore. I'm done with the outfits.
Oh, the like t-shirts.
Yeah,
it's a weird look.
It's not flattering at all.
No, it's not.
And there's something else. Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot. But you can tell that Lisa Rinna and her are good friends. I like that.
Yeah. No, I like that. They're getting
that's
along.
what I was gonna say. What's her face? Erica saying how hot it is out. Lisa Rinna has a coat around her shoulders, and what's her face? Dorit shows up in a sweatshirt. It's like, just wear a tank top. I bet you it was like L.A. in the 95 degrees.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
That drives me crazy when I see like the Kardashians and it's 100 degrees here and they're only 60 miles up the road and they're wearing winter clothing. It drives me nuts. I don't know why.
Pet peeve. Like we said, Denise's new man, hot.
Smoking.
That house, man, right on the beach. Beautiful.
What a nice house. I know.
And I liked that it didn't seem too bougie. It was like just like a real beach house. Like, not like, this is our beach house. It was like, no, this is a home. Like, I liked it.
Yeah. And there was no boardwalk outside of it. No one's looking up. That must
Beautiful.
be like Malibu, right?
Yeah, it's Malibu, she said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. God, that's a life, man.
Ugh. The dream. She said she met him. He does frequency work and balancing the body, whatever that means. But I like how she was like, listen, I know that sounds crazy. Like,
she's adorable.
And she called Charlie Sheen on speakerphone about, I love how calling dad to see if she could go to homecoming was the solution. Calling Charlie Sheen like as the voice of reason. That was hilarious.
He sounded very with it too.
Sober. He did, right? And he kind of sounded like they
Charlie.
had a good relationship. Like, do you want to call dad? She's like, yeah. Like, it wasn't like, do you want to call dad? You haven't talked to dad in 9 months.
Yeah. And Denise wasn't upset and hot husband wasn't like, I don't want Charlie on the phone or anything. There was no hostility.
Right. No. Well,
and so he was married to Nicolette Sheridan for 6 months. That's who he's still married to. And their divorce took 2 years. Lisa Rinna was on the Jenny McCarthy show. I just listened to her clip real quick. And she said that they were married for 6 months. And that's because Nicolette Sheridan was married to Harry Hamlin, left him for Michael Bolton at the concert. And so that's who he was married to. That's how they were connected when they were talking about that. And that's who he was married to. What a babe, man. You go from Nicolette Sheridan to one hot babe to the next. In that age group. I love it, right?
Yeah. Good for him. Yeah,
Only
I like him,
6
though.
months, though.
Like
She's
a nice
crazy
guy.
broad.
definitely crazy.
I know. And their poor daughter has some type of
developmental thing.
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah. She seems cool, though. I really like Denise. I think she's a good addition.
She's fun as hell to watch. There's something
I loved when they were at the
really
like
fun about
pastry
her.
class. She was like, "How is this a pastry class? There's no pastry. It was literally like pre-made chocolates." It was like it was
looked
good.
nasty too, right? Like some
Well,
macaroons with whipped cream. It was gross. No
I
one's
just
eating
don't
that
really-
shit.
No, I don't want that. I would eat the chocolate hard, but I don't want the other stuff.
After they put all that gold around it and everything.
Yeah.
It was
What
sad.
else? Oh, the eating disorder from Lisa's daughter. That was sad.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I mean, I think like Lisa to me has looked extremely thin sometimes. So I could see how that would breed an unhealthy environment, maybe.
Yeah, I remember watching her on Dancing with the Stars, and she lost a ton of weight after that and never went back to like. She kind of looked normal before that. Maybe it's all in my head, but
Yeah, she's really thin. Yeah, I don't know. What else about the episode? They're going to the Bahamas.
Teddy.
Flying private. I know Teddy now is acting, which I thought was weird.
God, she bugs me, man. We don't need her.
I just feel like she's not needed on the show. She's kind of similar to Eileen to me. Like Eileen wasn't really needed either. It's like they keep trying to bring in, like, if they're going to bring somebody in, they have to be like a Spitfire, I feel like.
Or something compelling about them. The X Factor. Denise Richards has the X Factor. Even
she does.
We would love her even if she wasn't Denise Richards.
Maybe.
I think.
I think there's an appeal of like seeing someone like Denise Richards in this show. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing like somebody who's like survived Charlie Sheen. Like, I think that's fascinating. I think it adds to her
life
story.
It adds to
her appeal.
But there's something about her that's very, just the way she talks about everything, and she's. I think I would like her even if she wasn't a star, but it makes it even better. It's nice that she's not all tucked and pulled too. Yeah, she looks normal and pretty. I mean, I'm sure she's had things here and there, but
yeah, I like it. I think she's going to be a good addition. They're off to the Bahamas on their private jet.
Now, they made it seem like they flew from L.A. to there, but they only got that private jet from Miami to the Bahamas.
That makes sense. That makes way more
sense. That was the rumor on the internet. Isn't that funny?
Okay. Yeah, because I thought that when they showed them like cheersing in there, I was like, it looks like they're already over Florida, so that would make sense.
Okay. Look at you. Yeah. See? You're a good detective.
Observant. Good old Bahamas.
What is with Denise? I mean, Erica's love of Denise, though. It's a little bizarre.
It is weird because usually she's kind of a hater to new people.
She's in love.
Yeah, she likes her.
Like, she put the gold on the heart, and she's like Goldfinger, like you. Because she was like a Bond girl. It's really over the top. It is
weird to see her kind of fangirl over somebody.
Saying she'd watch her in porn and everything.
Yeah, that was weird. A little aggressive.
It's interesting.
I'm excited to see how this trip
I like
goes.
her happy.
Yeah. It is better to watch.
I like her seeing her being nice. Next week, it looks like she goes in with LVP, which I cannot wait for.
Can't wait. It's going to be good. The turning is happening. All right. We'll wrap up with a little Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, the Sparkle Fest.
Real quick, though, but why is Camille...
Yes.
Why is she around still?
I have no idea.
Right?
She really brings nothing to me. I think it used to be like the story of Kelsey Grammer, but now it's like nothing.
She's not a friend. She's just there. It's like there's really no one else like her on any other franchise.
It's true.
That is not a friend. It's not a main, but is always there. I don't know. She must get paid something. All right.
Jazzy. Sparkles everywhere. They all wore full sequins. Thought Teresa looked great. So did Dolores. Margaret coming in with a fresh face. And the two-tone dress. That dress was
I never
hideous.
would have noticed the facelift.
I think it's like the hair up always looks like a facelift to me.
Okay.
Like I think it really helps tighten the face. So no, I don't think I would have noticed either.
Yeah, you're right.
Jennifer in the full, like she was like 2 side trains. It was an intense dress.
She really does not dress for her body.
No, she doesn't. That was a lot of fabric, you know? Like, too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody was saying, so what I was very surprised by on the internet, because I was on the internet before I watched the episode, is how much people, like, really are turning on Teresa. Like,
they are.
People hate Teresa. I love her. I don't know why. I definitely am a defender of hers. But people really didn't
love her. Yeah.
Me neither, but people were like all over her. They like do not like her anymore.
People would even want the freaking Manzos back. I'd rather scratch my eyes out. If they came back, I don't know if I could watch.
No, I wouldn't want that either.
Or Jacqueline Lorita. I think it's a fresh new take. And if anybody, I love how they make the point though. They stopped filming for Teresa, so yeah, it is the Teresa show.
I mean, she was saying, like, what did she say at one point? Like when her and Jackie were fighting, she was like, I mean, this is my show. Anybody who comes against me, they're no longer here. Like a Nene comment, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty epic, man.
Did you feel like
I don't like that though. I don't want to know that. I just want. Like,
yeah.
I don't like Vicky. I thought Vicky should go because that's how it is with Vicky. Like,
yeah,
you know, I just don't like that.
Did you feel like Jennifer came in with like a stronger Jersey accent? She came in like,
notice.
Man, I feel like she came in real hot, like a different speaking voice, like very harsh.
Yeah, I don't think she ever sees her husband either.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, definitely not.
He's not sleeping in the bed.
I loved when she called Jackie, who's on that side, Margaret and Melissa, the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
she was like, great. Larry Curly Moe over there. I was like, oh my god.
As much as they say like a reunion's great, they're always kind of the same shit, right?
Agreed. I agree. Like I'm already thinking, how is this going to be 3 parts? Because to me, the best part of it was the last 15 minutes of Jackie and Teresa going at it. Yeah. Like the rest of the stuff I didn't really need. Like I don't need the little flashbacks and them like asking stupid questions from fans. Like I don't really need any of that.
No, and Dolores is still living there. Oh, and Frank is building a house for
her
David.
Boyfriend?
What the hell is that's such bullshit? That whole thing
so
is
weird,
so stupid to me.
I also did not know she was a corrections officer. That was very surprising. To me,
yeah,
that Dolores
I knew that.
was.
Yeah.
I just the Jackie Teresa stuff was amazing. I loved it. I love Teresa, like, I don't want to know you, and like kept yelling at her, calling her a stalker. They brought up the picture on social media. She really went full go with that one.
That poor girl. Everybody does say that Jackie premeditated it all. Do you think she did? Like she's watched it and studied it like the internet says?
I don't know. I mean, I like how her description was like she was in the mall and she walked and strolled by and there were 4 people waiting for Teresa's book signing. So she decided to go. I was like, that's hilarious. Just the shade.
That line was wrapped around. She was a star back then. That was this big. That was huge. Maybe not, but I couldn't imagine.
So, do you think the comment that Teresa, this is what a lot of people on the internet are pissed about.
Oh, yeah.
The comment she said about, did you eat today, to Jackie, who used to have an eating disorder. Do you think she meant to say that as in like...
I don't think she... I mean, I'll give her...
Because Jennifer was like, no, do you mean she's thirsty? And then like Andy kind of laughed and was like, yeah, thirsty. Like...
Yeah, I love Andy laughing at the things that are horrible.
I know, right? Andy seemed to really get pleasure out of the fucked up shit that Teresa was saying this time. Like
Andy, if you can win his heart over, you're in. Like
I know,
Nene, all those.
And it's amazing
girls.
because she's shoved him. Like
yeah, he like loves it.
She's like physically assaulted him, and he like loves her.
You know, I feel like maybe if she is. See, I've always thought she's smarter than she seems because how can she make it this far? Is it really that she's just that likable? But, and she's raised 4 decent girls.
That just seems like a real, like, intentionally dirty comment for her to say.
If she did say that on purpose and that's scumbag behavior.
I would agree.
She might have really, the way she was like, oh yeah, thirsty. She genuinely could have maybe thought that, but
that's what I kind of thought. I like how she called her a cold-hearted bitch and told her you're on the Teresa show, and then Jackie came back with, you didn't even write your own book, which I mean, don't we all know that?
Yeah, duh. Teresa tried to act like, no, I did.
I wrote it in prison on toilet paper and sent it to my editor.
With my bunkie.
Yeah, my bunkie. I liked it. I mean, I see, this is the thing. Like, I understand I'm not a impartial person, but I just love Teresa. So it's like,
I do too.
I'm always just going to be, I find her very entertaining. The shit she says is hilarious to me. Even when she was saying, what did she say the wrong word? Like,
yeah, she said
complicated or complicit or like, something
God,
with a C.
What word was it? And then I thought she's like, you gunning for me, you gumming for me. Did you think she said gumming? I thought she said gumming. And she's like, maybe she is not that smart. Oh my God. What was that word?
Good.
Shit, I should have wrote it down.
I didn't write it down either. It was something where it was like a very basic word that she like messed up and like Jackie like pointed out and she just kept going. Like she doesn't even care. That's also what I appreciate is like she's just gonna.
Dolores had a facelift.
I thought that was surprising.
You know, and it pisses me off because I always was so impressed with her and thought, damn, she looks so beautiful for her age and no makeup. And she had a freaking facelift. That pisses me off, right?
Everybody gets work done. Anybody you think looks great is got a facelift.
I can really see age on my face these days, and it's really sad.
Use that face mask I got you, baby, once a week.
Yeah. My lines are on my face. Oh God.
I know. It's like it is horrifying sometimes, especially like we have one of those like zoom in mirrors, you know, and like you
oh my God.
Like, oh God,
that.
It's terrible.
I'm already a picker. But for what's her face, Jackie doesn't talk to her sister for 15 years just because you didn't get along and separate the family to the point where they probably couldn't even have holidays together. There's got to be more to that story.
Definitely. She just said like, yeah, we would see each other in public and just not look at each other, or like we wouldn't talk to each other at family gatherings. It's like, what? We just don't like each other. It's like, that's very weird. And I love like Teresa's like, you don't even talk to your own sister. I'm like, you literally didn't talk to your brother for like a year and a half.
Yeah, you guys are the same. Like you're getting
right
at the christening of your nephew.
Right,
like,
you're getting in a fight. Like, what are you talking about? I love how, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something about the hypocrisy of Teresa that's also entertaining to me. That like, it's just some of it's so ridiculous. I'm just like, I can't help but love her, but I understand where people are coming from because
her and Melissa, man, they'll never be okay, especially on this show.
Oh, how about Dolores when Andy asked her if she liked Melissa, and she was like, yeah, I like her. And Andy, you saw Andy? Andy was like, you hate her. That's what Andy said.
Just say it. You hate her. Oh my God, that was great.
I love it.
Man, I'm looking at the picture right now of Jackie with Teresa, and it is very fan-like. And she looks so different.
Teresa does?
Or Jackie looks different.
Oh, okay.
And her kids are crying in it. She's dragged them. It'd be like me making them sit through a line and saying, you're doing this for me. You know?
Totally. Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, we have 2 more parts to go on this shit show, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wow.
You got any other thoughts?
2 more parts? What the hell are they going to talk about?
That's what I'm saying. Who needs 3?
They should just give us more episodes. And
Agreed.
The reunions are just dumb at this point with Twitter and everything. They let them talk too much. We don't need it. Who cares?
I agree. I like seeing one. Honestly, usually what I do is I watch the first one and then I tune out, and I may do the same. Yeah, because it's too much.
I think if we weren't doing this podcast, I don't even know if they're not how they should make them live. Like that one time I've told you about in the Miami one that was live in the clubhouse, and they had to like separate them during the commercial, and they'd come back from the commercial breaks and they're still screaming at each other. Yeah, it was the most compelling one ever. They need to switch it up somehow.
Well, let's see. People, let us know if you're listening. Hit us up on Twitter at EscapeToPod. Tell us if you want us to cover the reunions. If you actually even like the reunions, I'd be interested to see what people say.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of the reunions.
Yeah, we'd be intrigued. Or email us your thoughts at escapetorealitypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. And Marge had the affair for over a year.
Oh, yeah, that was very interesting to me.
How do you feel about the mom? I mean, she is a homewrecker, I guess, but it is just harsh, I guess.
It's harsh, and it's also but the year thing, That's a little sketchy. Why you an affair for a year
wild.
is so much worse to me than, I mean, it's all terrible, but then like cheating once and letting somebody know.
A year. Look at them. I wonder if they lay in bed and like talk about it with each other. And
I guess
Margaret seems like a decent person, but she has so many issues with the lawsuits and there's a lot of stress there.
Yeah, there is.
The mom is so lovable too. It's hard to like hear someone calling her a homewrecker.
Yeah.
Because to me, I find the mom lovable, but
Yep.
she was sucking a married guy's penis and that was 15 years.
It's insane.
That is
Both
like,
of those are insane.
wild.
Yeah. I mean, but also to me, 15 years and like, was the other marriage even real? Like, what's even happening there? We don't know the details, you know?
Like Kim Zolciak with Big Papa. We all forget about that.
Yep. Special announcement too before we wrap up. We will be on Two Black Girls, One Rose podcast this week talking about The Bachelor. So if anyone is a Bachelor fan, definitely check us out on that and check out their podcast in general. It's hilarious. We're gonna have to watch The Bachelor, so pray for us.
And it's
hometowns
the episode where they. Oh, so that's fun. At least I like.
They
that,
keep
right.
Literally. I watched this last week to like catch up. Watched last week to catch up on the whole season. And they like hometowns has become like a verb. Like they're like, oh, it's next week's hometowns week. It's like it's become. There's like 31 seasons of this show. Did you know that?
Wow, I watched the very first season. I can still remember it with
crazy.
Tristan and that guy and the other girl.
God,
Jeez,
31
did you ever watch the very first season?
No, I only watched the season. The season I remember was the season with Andrew Firestone. It was like when
I
we were in
did
high
watch
school.
that. That was a big one. Yeah. I did watch
man.
that too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll be
Can you
on their
imagine if
podcast.
you've watched every single one?
No, some people have.
That's a lot of your count all that time up.
Well, listen, who the fuck are we to talk about that?
No,
Think
but
of all the time we've watched all
but
these
The Bachelor
crap
is
shows.
like 4 hours.
I know, it is so long. It's like I was watching this last episode and I'm like, my God, like even it's long. So
31
yeah, we're gonna have
years. I know. I wonder how long this shit will go on for.
I know.
Okay, really fast. My recap on the the Kardashians, the Zolciaks. They do entertain me. I think Brielle, if she's nice to you in person, I'd have a different opinion. If anyone's ever met Brielle, please let me know. I just feel like she'd be really nasty, and to me, she's bugs me the most on the show. The little one was self-conscious, and they all are sweet. They let the little kids cuss. Like, he's like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass, Dad, or something when they're playing. And they don't even say, like, don't say that. They're only 7. I feel bad cussing in front of my parents, and I'm 100 years old.
I have a terrible mouth. My parents, me and my dad cuss to each other all the time, but I don't think little kids should be cussing.
I don't think you were 8 years old telling your dad to go fuck off.
No.
I mean, they give them the finger, and it's cute. They go to that stupid psychic, and they're like, it's Grandma Rose. They call her Grandma Rose. He still doesn't talk to his family.
Right.
He doesn't talk to his family still.
I watched it. I think my thoughts are...
Did you watch both episodes?
Yeah, I wish that...
You want that time back in your life?
Yes, but I honestly wish the show was the little kids and the people that work for them and not them. Like, I really like Berta and Tracy. I think they're hilarious. Like, I loved when, Berta's like the Mexican nanny, when like her and Tracy were sitting there and Tracy's like, we are very good friends. We've worked together for 5 years. And Berta's like, in Spanish, is like, I don't really know her. Like, I think that would be funny. I would prefer that. Like, Croy makes me uncomfortable, still doesn't know what he's doing with his life. Like, 5 years after football, still like floundering around. Like, and I don't understand how they live this lavish lifestyle.
They're going broke. They're broke. They're in debt. It's going to catch up to them. It
has to, right? Like, I think they got to get hit with like a tax lien or something.
Yeah.
The little kids are dressed in like Gucci and shit, like every outfit, and it's like, I don't understand how you're affording
maybe their
this
house
shit.
is paid off. Probably.
Maybe.
So that's something. But you heard him say, like, oh, we never thought about all the doctor's appointments and how much schools would cost and
right.
this and that.
And I know they have their kids in private schools and shit, so like they're easily spending 150 grand on tuition a year.
And they could be going to public school in Atlanta. It's a good place to send your kid to a public
they're
school.
definitely not going to public school though because they're in uniforms.
God, they are in uniforms.
So
What do you think about the little girl? What will she grow up to be like? When did she get her first lip injection? Holy
God,
shit!
Like 7. Those lips too.
What's
it's
it,
like
Brielle? And what's the
uncomfortable.
other one's name? Ariana.
Yeah, and she's already looking the same.
Does
They're
she
doing
have
it
lip
to her, too.
injections?
I don't think she has them yet, but it's about 2 weeks away. I think.
It always
Sad.
blows my mind that Kim's having dinner with the other couples and people act like she's normal. And
Well,
40
how do
years
you-
old. It makes me scared.
Why? I just don't understand why she's done that to her face. It looks fucking terrible. It looks terrible on camera. Oh, we have to talk about the. She was on Watch What Happens Live. The caller who called in, the most ruthless person ever, and said, "Kim, why do you look half your age on Instagram and twice your age on TV?" Oh, that was all time great. All-time
that
great.
was, and Andy was almost ready to chuckle.
And you saw Eva just sipping her drink. I loved it. I thought that was hilarious. Oh,
God.
good. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
The
but
show
it's still, I find it. I just like. I find
Khloe
their face
fascinating.
terrible. Oh God, it's all a mess.
Because what was so freaking? Could he really not find another girl?
I don't know.
Like Kim was it for him?
Yeah, that's it.
She's not a good person. He
Nor
seemed
is
like a
he.
decent person, though. I guess he's not.
I mean,
Maybe she sucks that dick like a porn star. David Allen Greer was on Howard Stern, and he said that he got his blowjob by a porn star one time, and he said it really was different than an average girl.
solid.
It's their job, and they really.
I mean,
do
I would
do a better
imagine,
job.
yeah, it's their job, 100%.
Wow, I didn't want to tell Tyler that, but jeez.
In case he goes out and finds one.
Wow.
All right, people. On that note, I think the last like 3 podcasts we've ended on some conversation about some kind of penis situation. So
No. Oh God, I hope my parents ever find this and listen.
my mom listens sometimes because she misses me and wants to hear my voice.
She cannot listen. Oh my God.
Hi, Mom.
No, please. She'll never look at me the same.
All right, everybody.
We'll
be back with Love After Lockup.
I thought it was nice, but in reality.
I know, right? Duplicitous.
Oh
we'll
my
be
God.
back.
Bye, guys.
Bye.